What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on Nootropics. Thanks so much for being with me. Every shred of information we put on this channel is brought to you by a couple products. Right now, guys, what we have is the Cortex stack. Our Nootropic stack is still buy one, get one free. We only have like 30-something bottles, so this is like literally your last opportunity to get buy one, get one free on Cortex. Just use the coupon code GET1, GET, space O-N-E. At livecortex.com. Add however many bottles you're going to buy to your cart. You'll check out with that many bottles. You'll only see however many bottles you buy on your receipt. But if you use the coupon code GET space ONE and it applies successfully, we'll see that on our side, and our shipper will ship you free bottles per what you get. So if you get two, you get two free. If you buy one bottle, you get one bottle free. If you buy 10 bottles, you get 10 free. People are doing that. livecortex.com. If you need my help personally on formulating stacks, our Nootropics consulting service is hot right now. Been hot for a while. 40-minute call with me, 15 follow-up email correspondences, 5 to 7 stacks custom formulated for you. Me working with you to perfect them. $50, livecortex.com. If you're new to Nootropics, buy Smarter, Better, Faster Audio. It's an audio book we just launched on our book, Smarter, Better, Faster, which teaches you everything you need to know, gives you a powerful stack, shows you how to cycle, gives you Nootropics philosophy. It's a video interactive page-turning video of the book. You see the book in the background. It's me reading the book. Smarter, Better, Faster Audio has launched. Get that at livecortex.com. And then lastly, if you're a man and you need to boost testosterone because it will change your life, get the Viking Testosterone Protocol. I paid $350 for a package trying to raise my test that did not work. Ours is $80 and it works because I used it to raise my test from 350 to 800 something, and it's awesome. I mean, it basically changed my life. So if you want to stop fussing around with BS, get the Viking Testosterone Protocol. We will get all your testosterone stuff back. Morning erections, libido, muscle building, fat loss, sex drive, all that stuff. Get that at livecortex.com. All right, so we're going to talk about Adrafinil. First I'll say this. I think a lot of folks on the live stream recently, someone was like, well, people ask, what's the most overrated nootropic? And I was really like, the more bioavailable versions of like modafinil, like our modafinil and stuff. Just regular modafinil is fine. And similar compounds. But the question I don't think that was asked was, what's the most underrated nootropic? And I think one of the most underrated nootropics is Adrafinil. People think, oh, you got to take a whole bunch more of it. It has to convert to modafinil in your liver. It has like less of a half-life. It takes longer to onset, all these things. And I don't think any of those things, first of all, that's not necessarily true, some of it, depending on you and your brand and your metabolism. And the other thing is there's massive convenience with Adrafinil. Look, you don't have to have a prescription for it. You don't have to worry about it when you're traveling because it's effectively a supplement. You don't have to be concerned about the TSA, like taking it out of your bag. If you go on vacation or something and, you don't want to be traveling with modafinil and you don't have a prescription for it because you got it from, Hab Pharmaceuticals in India or something, you can just get Adrafinil. Adrafinil is, as far as anyone can tell, not liver toxic, safe, well-studied, and works pretty predictably every time. So a good friend of mine who is a Nootropics user and a client of ours, his name is Anthony Trupiano, he sent me essentially a study that was done by the Division of Life Sciences on Adrafinil. And there's a couple key points that I want to just sort of break down for folks, and then I want to kind of discuss it because I think this would be super interesting for folks. Number one, this is something I didn't even know until Anthony sent me this paper. Adrafinil was developed in France by a guy named Louis Lafon, Louis Lafon Laboratories, as a vigilance promoting agent for people with sleeping disorders. We know that modafinil is essentially for narcolepsy, and to promote, that was originally what it was for, to promote wakefulness in people that have narcolepsy. But it just happens that it works for regular people who don't have narcolepsy to really turn up brain performance. I think we'll skip the scientific name of the chemical because it's a little complex. Clinical studies show that Adrafinil enhances vigilance, alertness, and mood in elderly subjects. Not very surprising. The powder has a crystalline structure with a white, rosy, or beige hue. We know that, and a sulfurous smell. Adrafinil smells terrible, and it especially smells terrible when it's coming out of your urine, out of your body. But it does look rosy or pink or something. So if you get Adrafinil and it's like white, it's probably not Adrafinil. You want to have, pink Adrafinil. The pure compound dissolves partially in water and is fully soluble in methanol. Not really sure what methanol is, but dissolves partially in water, meaning it is water soluble, or at least for the most part. Adrafinil is metabolized in the liver into modafinil, which is its primary active metabolite. That we understand, but for those of you that don't, basically Adrafinil turns into modafinil. Now here's where it gets into some stuff that I really don't agree with, just because it just isn't my experience or many other people's experiences. Adrafinil has a half-life of 1 hour. And then they go to say, well, modafinil's half-life is 3 hours, according to one study. I mean, they're talking about its capacity to stay active in your blood. And yeah, I mean, modafinil lasts 6 to 9 hours for me. Adrafinil, probably just about the same if I'm taking equivalent doses. When administered orally, Adrafinil takes about 1 hour to reach its peak in blood. Results start appearing after about 1 hour of ingestion and fade away after a few hours. Possibly some fade after 3 hours, but Adrafinil onsets in about 25 to 30 minutes for me, usually every time, and for a lot of other folks too. I guess it sort of depends on how quickly your liver is metabolizing the chemical, turning it into active modafinil, its metabolite. And so that's sort of, it could take an hour to onset for some people. I guess I really haven't seen that for quite some time. I mean, it's rare to see someone take that long to start getting effects from Adrafinil. Adrafinil itself does not have any pronounced therapeutic effects. It is only after it gets converted into its metabolite, modafinil, that it starts taking effect. This usually happens within 1 to 2 hours. That's true. Adrafinil by itself does nothing. It converts to modafinil in your liver, and that's where you get the active neurological effects from it. Now, here's where it sort of muddies the waters a bit, and we actually have learned a little more about the mechanism of action. The mechanism of action of both adrafinil and modafinil is not conclusively established. There are 3 possible mechanisms of action that have been investigating. It works as selective alpha-1 adrenergic receptor, I always have trouble with that word, receptor agonist, suppresses release of GABA and increases release of both dopamine and glutamate. That we know, but what it's really doing is increasing extracellular dopamine, and then increases cerebral metabolism. That is another thing that Adrafinil does, which is so cool. It just increases the speed with which your brain essentially produces energy and does its thing. Cerebral metabolism increases are pretty awesome. Some studies suggest that Adrafinil modafinil may have neuroprotective effect, i.e. reduces damage to brain cells and promotes growth. So let's just stop there and quickly just expand upon that. That's one of the things that doesn't get discussed enough. If you guys remember, we did a video, I want to say like a month ago, on some of the neuroprotective effects, particularly reducing damage to brain cell and promoting growth, promoting essentially what may even be neurogenesis. That is a thing that I believe modafinil does, and some studies suggest that it does. And this study is suggesting that it does with Adrafinil. The last thing that this study says that I think is important for folks is that it has no known side effects. Okay, so these people, there were people in this study who took Adrafinil for considerable periods of time, and there weren't many side effects other than excessive stimulation and maybe a little trouble sleeping. But the main thing I want to get across is that across the web, people say that it has the capacity to raise liver enzymes and be, I don't know if the word damaging or something, but just have a negative impact on hepatic functioning, but that just does not seem to be true. I've always questioned that, where it actually came from. And I think it really was theoretical, because people think, oh, well, it has to be converted by the liver. There's action by the liver. A lot of stuff you take is going through, everything you take is going through your liver. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to raise liver enzymes, nor does it mean it's damaging to the liver in any capacity. So yeah, I've taken Adrafinil on and off for many years, and I've done long stints with it just to experiment. I'm a vet, and I have the VA. It's basically free healthcare for the rest of my life. And I go there every 3-4 months and just get routine blood tests. And I've purposefully taken lots of Adrafinil and then gone there, and liver enzymes were okay. Okay, so I guess the point of this video is, first of all, my boy Anthony Trupiani, who sent this to me, dude, thanks so much. That was super awesome. Gives people some good information in terms of content. Highlighting the mechanisms a little bit, I think they missed that it's facilitates the function of orexin neurons, which promotes wakefulness. It also highlights the suppression of the release of GABA. That's something we have known for a while, and increases release of dopamine and glutamate. That's pretty cool for folks to understand. But I think the primary things are not no toxic effects, which is pretty critical for people that are worried about Adrafinil, and that it has neuroprotective effects or may have neuroprotective effects. I actually believe that it does. So I'm going to see if I can link this study. Yeah, I'm going to link this study in the description below. So those of you that want to go read about it and just understand more about what you're taking, and really that it's essentially an innocuous compound that really just kicks your ass and works freaking pretty well. And the convenience of it is powerful. You don't want to take modafinil, you don't want to have it on you, worry about the prescription status of it. Just take Adrafinil. Honestly, it's not that much of a difference, and it's super convenient. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. More content to come today, so pay attention. There's going to be a lot of cool content that's going to drop in the next couple days. In the meantime, 30 or 40 bottles left of Cortex at buy one, get one free. You guys have one more shot at doing buy one, get one free. Thank you so much for all of you that have purchased Cortex at buy one, get one free. Your business means everything to us. It's the reason we're still alive. Coupon code GET1, GET space ONE at livecortex.com. Add a bottle to your cart, or 2 or 5. Use that coupon code, apply it. You'll check out with however many bottles you're buying, but our system will see the coupon code, ship you free bottles per what you bought. Buy one, get one free on Cortex. This is probably the last day, so do it now. If you haven't gotten Smarter, Better, Faster audio, it's the best product we've ever launched. Dare I say I like it better than Cortex. Cortex kicks your ass. It's so awesome. It's so motivating, so energizing, so inductive of verbal fluency. But Smarter, Better, Faster audio is an interactive page-turning video version of the book, with me reading the audio in the background. Plus you get the audio file, plus you get the digital file, and you also get a free copy of Stack List if you buy Smarter, Better, Faster audio right now. If you need my help on formulating stacks, look, get the Nootropics consulting service. It's a 40-minute call with me, 15 follow-up email correspondences. We'll get you 5 to 7 stacks that work pretty good for you. Do that at livecortex.com. If you're an executive, we have $3,000 or $5,000 packages where we ship you stacks that we formulate for you and work with you to perfect them. It's like a hands-off deal where we just do everything for you. Get that at livecortex.com. And if you're a man that wants to boost test, you got to get the Viking Testosterone Protocol. Now, since we've been doing it for just about 5 months or so, we're starting to see the success stories. We're seeing people go from hypogonadal to 600 nanograms per deciliter having their sex drive and life back. We're having people that are like relatively okay at 400 or something nanograms per deciliter shoot up to like 800 or 900 nanograms per deciliter, get their sex drive back. Like a couple guys are like, dude, this changed my marriage. I mean, think about it. If you've got libido, sex drive, erection quality from having high testosterone, that should change your marriage. Okay, get the Viking Testosterone Protocol at livecortex.com. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. More content coming soon, and we'll talk to you next time.